Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If I might have your attention, please. Just before we get the show started, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge that we gather on the traditional and ancestral territory of the Tsawwassen and Musqueam First Nations. We live in partnership and seek reconciliation between settler and indigenous communities, healing of intergenerational traumas, and a new way of walking together. Now, just a few housekeeping items to start off the night with. We ask that you please keep your masks on at all times. You may remove them after the performance. If you're sitting table in the hall, refreshments will be served. And there is one washroom across the breezeway on this floor and another one directly below it on the floor below us. Now, tonight I am Marcus Ferrari, your host with the most, and happy to be here. Thank you. You know, it's been a long time since I've been to an event like this, and when I was asked to be MC, you know, I thought, what a treat. Now I participate or am a member of the Young People's Opera Society. We're an opera group that Trinity Lutheran Church has been gracious enough to let us rent out their space, and. You know, what a great time to be out. You know, many of us have been, myself included, have been craving, you know, like community, night out. You know, time to spend in a warm environment with music and good company. And you know what's also great? Helping our neighbors. We are taking the opportunity to raise some funds for Harvest Hands International. Now, there is information online and on your program if you'd like to know more about Harvest Hands International and our friend Tim Specht, who's worked in Uganda for many years. Trinity Lutheran Church will also be sponsoring a North Delta family this year through Delta Assist. If you'd like to help make a local family's Christmas a little bit brighter, there's a box in the hallway for your donations. Maybe donate some of that delicious-looking jam there was over there, man. That was good-looking jam. Anyways, I'm sure you folks all came out here to hear some good music, and starting off our night will be a man by the name of Jeff Hahn. Yeah, now Jeff, yeah, right. Give it up for Jeff, give it up for Jeff. Now, Jeff has been Trinity's pianist for many years. Some of you may know that. But during the week, he's a UBC scientist, and on the weekend, he plays a mean game of tennis. That's right, you don't just get arms like that playing the piano. But without further ado, Jeff, if you'd like to start us off, you know, start the evening right. You're in for a treat, folks. What a talent. That was amazing. I saw the whole room get a little brighter there. You know, I was thinking of some things to say in between, I thought, what better than a joke about piano? So I wrote this one down for you. What do you call a snowman who plays the piano? Melton John. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Next up on stage, good crowd. Next up on stage will be our very own Jerry Parsons. Now, Jerry has been sharing his musical talents at Trinity for many years, from directing the choir to leading Sunday worship and all musical events in between, like maybe even this one. Yeah. But Jerry is also the guy who Jeff beats regularly at tennis. So with that information in mind, Jerry, would you like to come up on stage? A big round of applause, everybody. Thank you.
Oops. That's another good sign. I was going to say to Marcus, he can be up here without a mask, I believe. And we can see all of you. You can take your mask right off. So I should tell a joke while this is going on, but I don't have anything ready. And now I don't know where my notes are. Go on, they're not too far. Hang on. Trust me, they're not.
Here we go. Just one more. You can all see. There we go. Thank you. Come on, keep it going. Let's go now. All right. When is a door not a door? When it's a jar, correct? Like those delicious jars of jam sitting out there in the other room. I'm trying to fish for one tonight. Hopefully they give me it. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Parsons. Jerry Parsons.
Oh yeah, I'm going to put this in. All right. I suppose I should have done this before. Okay, here we go. Hopefully it's not plugged in or it's not on. Look, the sound guy at the back, Gareth, is just marvelous. So he knows, turns it off. Now I can turn it on. If I don't do that, it just has this loud crackle bang. It sounds like there's lightning outside. Worse even. So I'm going to play a couple songs, and one of them, the first one is, it's called The Ark, and it's by Jerry Rafferty. You might recognize it. It's probably about 40 years old now. And I got to turn it on, don't I? Is it on? Oh, you know what that is? That's that little DI box down there. It tells me something about that. See, the dark night has come down on us. The world is living in its dream. But now we know that we can wake up from this sleep and set out on a journey and find a ship to take us on the way. The time has come to trust that guiding light and leaving all the rest behind. We'll take the road that leads down to the waterside. Set out on a journey and find a ship to take us on the way. And we'll sail out on the water. Yes, we'll feel the sea grow. Yes, we'll meet out on the water, where all strangers are known. If you travel blindly, if you fall, the truth is there to set you free. When your heart can see just one thing in this life, we'll set out on the journey and find a ship to take us on the way. And we'll sail out on the water. Yes, we'll feel the sea grow. Yes, we'll meet out on the water, where all strangers are known. See, the dark night has come down on us. The world is living in its dream. Now we know that we can wake up from this sleep, set out on a journey and find a ship to take us on the way. And we'll sail on the water. Yes, we'll feel the sea grow. Yes, we'll meet out on the water, where all strangers are known. How many people recognize that? Put up your hands. Really, eh? Jerry Rafferty had that album, and I think it was about 40 years ago, and it was called City to City. There was a bunch of songs on that that had airplay. That was the first cut on the first side of that LP, and no one knows it. Funniest thing. But it's so appropriate for today in so many ways. This next song is called Peace, and it's by an Australian gal by the name of Susie Keynes. And it just speaks to me. This is the place where I find peace. This is the place where I find peace. This is the place where I find all things are equal. This is the place where I find peace. This is the place where I find strength. This is the place where I find strength. This is the place where I find courage immeasurable. This is the place where I find strength. Where the salt meets the sand, where the drifting tide lands, where it's soft in the stretch of your hand, where the time passes slow and all your creatures know that it's warm in the glow of the land. This is where I find peace. This is where I find peace. This is the place where I find you. This is the place where I find you. This is the place where I find hope meets fulfillment. This is the place where I find you. Where the salt meets the sand, where the drifting tide lands, where it's soft in the stretch of your hand, where the time passes slow and all your creatures know that it's warm in the glow of the land. Where the wide open space gives so much to this place, where the breath in me reaches right in, where my feet in the earth are my place, are my birth, and that brings me back home once again. This is where I find peace. 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 Thank you. Thank you very much. And Rosa Maria is going to come and join us now. If I could have a mute. Yeah.
You know, now I feel weird because I did write down another joke, Jerry. I wanted to say. I was going to ask you, do you know what the range of on a harmonica is? Come on, play along, Jerry. Come on. You know what the range on a harmonica is?
Oh, no.
It's about 20 yards if you got a good arm. Oh, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Now joining us on stage is Rosa Maria Funderburg-Raso from Mexico. She came to Vancouver with her 3 children.
I flew all the way here, so please, guys, okay?
Yeah. She came with her 3 children in 2012. She was a medical doctor in her previous life and is now a teacher and a maker of horchata and an avid grower of heirloom tomatoes. Now, I haven't had horchata in years, hint, hint, but maybe we'll see soon. Give it up for Rosa Maria, please, everybody.
Thank you. So I'm going to sing in Spanish so that you cannot understand anything. That's intentional, but that's fine. So the first song Jerry is going to help me do is called Barro Tal Vez, which means perhaps clay. And this was written by Luis Alberto Spinetta, deceased already. He was an Argentinian singer and songwriter. And he died of cancer some years ago. And this was one of the last songs that he wrote. And in his song, he's talking about letting go and going back to the soil and at the end of the river becoming clay or becoming a song. Something of the sort. canto lo que siento. Me voy a morir por dentro. He de gritarle a los vientos hasta reventar, cuando solo quede tiempo en mi lugar. Si quiero me toco el alma, pues mi carne ya no es nada. He de fusionar mis restos con el despertar, aunque se pudra mi boca por callar. Ya lo estoy queriendo, ya me estoy volviendo canción, barro tal vez. Y es que esta es mi corteza, donde el hacha golpeará, donde el río secará para callar. Y es que esta es mi corteza, donde el hacha golpeará, donde el río secará para callar. Ya me apuran los momentos, ya mi sien es un lamento. Mi cerebro escupe ya el final del historial, el comienzo que tal vez reemprenderá. Si quiero me toco el alma, pues mi carne ya no es nada. He de fusionar mis restos con el despertar, aunque se pudra mi boca por callar. Ya lo estoy queriendo, ya me estoy volviendo canción, barro tal vez. Y es que esta es mi corteza, donde el hacha golpeará, donde el río secará para callar. Y es que esta es mi corteza, donde el hacha golpeará, donde el río secará para callar. Thank you, Jerry. Okay, so after that trip, the next one is called Como la cigarra, which means like the cicada. This song was written by a singer-songwriter and poet, Argentinian as well. I don't know why I got so Argentinian being Mexican, but I came across these songs and I just couldn't help it. Her name was Maria Elena Walsh. She was persecuted politically in Argentina and many times had to live in exile. So she wrote this song and she compares survivors of political persecution with cicadas, because every year they come back and they start singing in the sun again. Tantas veces me mataron, tantas veces me morí. Sin embargo estoy aquí resucitando. Gracias doy a la desgracia y a la mano con puñal, porque me mató tan mal. Y seguí cantando, cantando al sol como la cigarra. Después de un año bajo la tierra, igual que sobreviviente que vuelve de la guerra. Tantas veces me borraron, tantas desaparecí. A mi propio entierro fui sola y llorando. Hice un nudo del pañuelo, pero me olvidé después que no era la única vez. Y seguí cantando, cantando al sol como la cigarra. Después de un año bajo la tierra, igual que sobreviviente que vuelve de la guerra. Tantas veces te mataron, tantas resucitarás. Cuántas noches pasarás desesperando. Y a la hora del naufragio y la de la oscuridad, alguien te rescatará para ir cantando, cantando al sol como la cigarra. Después de un año bajo la tierra, igual que sobreviviente que vuelve de la guerra. Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you. Right?
Well, you know, my notes here, it said that you grew heirloom tomatoes, Rosa, so I have a joke. What's red and goes up and down? It's a tomato in an elevator. All right, folks. Next up on stage.
Bad jokes. These are really good.
Hey, you know what? we got a lot of laughs.
I like bad jokes. These are good.
Alrighty, next up on stage, joining Jerry again will be our dear friend Andrea Reyes. Andrea is a retired North Delta Spanish teacher and is an avid gardener, baker, and reader of children's books over Zoom. Please get up for Andrea Reyes.
These next two songs are what's known as, I think, a bolero. It's a ballad-type song. They're love songs. This first one is called Nunca. Nunca means never, and of course, it's a love song about love that cannot be. The first line is, I know that I will never kiss your mouth. So, it's it's sad. Yo sé que nunca besaré tu boca de púrpura encendida. Yo sé que nunca llegaré a la loca, apasionada fuente de tu vida. Yo sé que inútilmente te venero, que inútilmente el corazón te evoca, pero a pesar de todo yo te quiero. Pero a pesar de todo yo te adoro, aunque nunca besar pueda tu boca. Yo sé que inútilmente te venero, que inútilmente el corazón te evoca, pero a pesar de todo yo te quiero, pero a pesar de todo yo te adoro, aunque nunca besar pueda tu boca, aunque nunca besar pueda tu boca. The second song is called La Llorona. It means the weeping one. It refers to a... I didn't do it.
It's okay.
It refers to a woman who's weeping. And again, it's about love that isn't going to happen. Oy, you're right.
I don't need this song. We're done with that. It's like a banjo. Oh, no, wait.
Todos me dicen el negro, llorona negro, pero cariñoso. Todos me dicen el negro, llorona negro, pero cariñoso. Yo soy como el chile verde, llorona, picante, pero sabroso. Yo soy como el chile verde, llorona, picante, pero sabroso. Ay de mí, llorona, llorona, llorona de ayer y hoy. Ay de mí, llorona, llorona, llorona de ayer y hoy. Ayer maravilla fui, llorona, y ahora ni sombra soy. Ayer maravilla fui, llorona, y ahora ni sombra soy. Ay, 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 llorona, llorona, llorona de azul celeste. Ay, 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 llorona, llorona, llorona de azul celeste. Aunque la vida me cueste, llorona, no dejaré de quererte. Aunque la vida me cueste, llorona,
Oh, that was a real treat, folks. You know, that actually reminds me a lot of when I was a lot younger, you know, when I would sit in my grandparents' homes and they would play those songs, you know, and bake me sweets. You know, coming up with a good joke is a lot like baking a cake, because I can't do either. But next up, we'll have another performance. Ooh, sorry about that. Ooh. Can you hear me better? There we go. Thank you, thank you. It's a good crowd. It's not every day I get applause for just showing my face. Enough about me, though. Next up, we have a performance by Andrea Reyes and Larry McBride, originally from Ireland. Larry swept Andrea off her feet, and he is now her partner in life, gardening, and winemaking. I'm excited. If you'd please welcome to the stage Andrea and Larry.
Hello. This is an old Irish sea shanty. It's really a song, but my voice is not really great, and I think I might hurt your ears if I sang. So I'll kind of recite it, if that's okay. Anyway, so it starts off, in the year of our Lord, 1806, we set sail from the cold quay of Cork. We were sailing away with a cargo of bricks for the Grand City Hall in New York. 'Twas an elegant craft, it was rigged fore and aft, and oh, how the fair winds drove her. She had 3 sturdy masts, and she stood several blasts, and they called her the Irish Rover. We had 500 bales of our best Lego rags. We had 600 barrels of stone. We had 500 sides of old nanny goat's hides. We had 400 barrels of bones. We had 600 hogs and 400 dogs and 700 barrels of porter. We had 500 bales of old nanny goat's tails in the hold of the Irish Rover. There was Barney McGee from the banks of the Lee. There was Hogan from County Tyrone. There was Johnny McGurk, who was scared stiff of work, and a man from Westmeath called Malone. There was Seamus O'Toole, who was drunk as a rule, and Fighting Bill Tracy from Dover. And your man Mick McGann from the banks of the Bann was the skipper of the Irish Rover. We had sailed 7 years when the measles broke out, and the ship lost its way in the fog. And the whale of a crew was reduced down to 2, just myself and the captain's owl dog. And the ship had a rock, oh Lord, what a shock, and slowly turned over, spun 19 times around, and the poor owl dog was drowned. I'm the last of the Irish Rover.
That was a lot of fun, yeah, Irish Rover. So do you guys know why Ireland's so rich? It's because their capital is Dublin. Get it? Capital Dublin? Like Dublin capital? Anyways. Next up will be yours truly. And accompanying me on the piano will be YPOSBC's very own Grant Wutsky. Now, Grant is a director of our children's chorus for YPOSBC and a teacher of music. He's taught me quite a bit. Now, for my first song, I'm going to also sing you a bolero. This one is called Sabor a Mi. en la boca llevarás sabor a mí. No pretendo ser dueño, no soy nada, yo no tengo vanidad de mi vida, hoy no puedo, soy tan pobre que otra cosa puedo dar. Pasarán más de 1000 años, muchos más, yo no sé si tenga amor la eternidad, pero allá algo aquí en la boca llevarás sabor a mí. Yeah, it's gonna get loud. We weren't told. Didn't know that. I'll fix that after. No problem, folks. Anyways, the next song I've got for you, hope you all enjoyed that version, is a classic jaunty tune, a Neapolitan song about a funicular tramp. This is Funiculi Funicula. Mic's still, there we go. Gotta wet the whistle after this. Our next performer, who needs no introduction, mostly because I already introduced him, is our own Grant Watzke. No, I love you, Grant. You know I do. Give another round of applause for Grant Watzke, ladies and gentlemen. He'll be singing us a song from the musical adaptation of The Bridges of Madison County. I hope you all enjoy.
I never saw the movie, but this song and the musical comes near the end after they fall in love and then they went their separate ways. And it's the end of Robert's life, and he's thinking back to all the things that he's done and how nothing really compares to her. Rich, yeah. There was something in a desert. There was some place wild and green, and a child in a village I passed through. There are places that I've traveled, and so many things I've seen, and it all fades away. But you. I was sliding down a mountain. I was burning in the sun. I was crying with amazement at the view. I was capturing a moment, but when all is said and done, well, it all fades away. But you, it all fades away, it all fades away, it all fades away, but you. I have sailed across the oceans, past the cities and the farms, on a never-ending quest for something new. And the only things that mattered were the 4 days in your arms, 'cause it all fades away, but you. It all fades away, but you. There is one thing that's eternal, that cannot be torn apart. There is one thing that remains forever true. Past the thinking, past the breathing, past the beating of my heart, it will all fade away, but you. It all fades away, it all fades away, but you. It all fades away, it all fades away, it all fades away, but you. But you, but you,
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we are Young People's Opera Society, but we are a mixed age course. So if any of you feel like joining, just ask about us. We'd be happy to have you on. Now, I was asked to do some jokes for this time because we're about to strike all these things off the stage, but I also thought it might be important to announce the winner of the Jube Jube game is Diane Parsons. Diane Parsons, if you'd like to come up and get your prize. Come on up, come on up, come on up. There we go. I'll kill some time in between here. Now maybe I can tell a joke or two. The prize? Right. The total was the one I've got here, number of YouTube was 264. I wasn't confirmed that was the total or not, but it was the closest one. Diane won. Congratulations, Diane. Yeah, have a wonderful night. All right. Now back to the comedy routine. What do sprinters eat before they run? Nothing. They fast. Why did the farmer win an award? Because he was outstanding in his field. Thank you. Now, you guys, I hope you're ready because they're still coming. What is the difference between a well-dressed man on a bicycle and a poorly dressed man on a tricycle? A tire. All right, that's all I really had written down, so I just kind of hope that you look this up real quick. Alrighty, I should tell you that our next performer is up on stage, though. I wonder if you allow me to flip the page. Are Michelle Carlisle and Valerie Bardot. Now, Michelle is an entertainer, performer, and teacher, accompanist, session/studio musician, songwriter, composer, and arranger. There's nothing she doesn't do. And tonight she'll be joined. She's also from North Delta. Sorry, that was an important thing I had to write down and mention. She is local, even more impressive. She's joined tonight by her mother, Valerie Bardot, and I think we're in for a couple good songs tonight, folks. So if you just want to give them a round of applause, please and thank you.
Getting a couple things put together here. Thanks, Gareth. Are you mostly happy? Two, and there we are. Thanks for the quick changeover. Gareth is doing all the sound tonight. He's doing a great job. And indeed, we're very pleased to be part of your event and helping to raise some money for this good cause and just to be part of a local community event. So I actually do a lot of performing in several different groups and a lot on my own now in the last few years, and mostly for seniors, actually. So outdoors in the cold or whatever is needed in order to bring music to people. So some of the tunes I picked are kind of a real mixed bag, but hopefully you'll know them and you'll be able to sing along. And the funny thing is I also sing in Spanish, but it feels like that maybe we're finished that part for you guys. Did such a good job. I can't see improving on it, so maybe we'll stick to English. So this is a song that was made famous by Doris Day, and it's kind of indicative of the times, I feel. So, you ready?
Yes.
Okay, we're all ready. Here we go. Actually, I want this one. Hang on. There we go. All right, so please sing along. This is kind of that concert, I feel like. Here we go. Just a little girl, I asked my mother, what will I be? Will I be pretty? Will I be rich? Here's what she said to me. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera. What will be, will be. When I was just a child in school, I asked my teacher, what should I try? Should I paint pictures? Should I sing songs? Here was her wise reply. Que sera, sera. To see, que sera, sera. What will be When he grew up and fell in love, I asked my sweetheart what lies ahead. Will we have rainbows day after day? Here's what my sweetheart said. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. What will be, will be. Now I have children of my own. They ask their mother, what will I be? Will I be pretty? Will I be rich? I tell them tenderly. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. What will be, will be. One more time. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. What will be, will be. Que sera, sera. Yes, sorry now. There, thank you. I had a feeling you might know that one. And of course, a little quick story is, in fact, Que sera, sera, the title. Did you think it was Spanish or Italian? We've got the perfect combination over here. It is none of those things. Neither is it French nor Latin. In fact, a true story is the songwriters made it up. It is not syntax of any one language. There's their trivia fact for the day. Now, my mom, Mrs. Valerie Bardo, is going to explain the square object she's been playing.
Indeed I am. This is called, in Spanish, for all the Spanish people, a cajon, which means a box, which is pretty much what it is. Yeah. It originated in Peru. It was used by African slaves who were not allowed to use their own drums in case they sent messages. So, okay, there's no messages here tonight. So they improvised and used packing crates and boxes instead and made their music that way. It was discovered in the 70s by a very famous flamenco guitarist called Paco de Lucia, who took it back to Europe. He improved it. He thought it would go very well with the zapateado, which is the footwork of flamenco, which is where I learned it because I'm also a flamenco dancer. He improved it by adding the, what are they called? The snare strings from snare drums, and it's now heard in jazz, in blues, in Celtic, and of course in flamenco. So that is the cajon.
Gracias.
De nada.
There is a quiz. All right, and another quick changeover. We're going to do something completely different. This is a song here that's all about my life, you know, before coming to be a musician. Working in the mines, digging, but not in this outfit. I'm just kidding, of course. But you can help me with this song because there's a little bit of this. It's the off, the 2 and the 4. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to start this one, actually. All right, here we go. Some people say a man is made out of mud. A poor man's made out of muscle and blood. Muscle and blood, skin and bone, and a mind that's weak and a back that's strong. I rode 16 tons, and what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me
me, 'cause I can go all my soul to the company store. I was born one morning when the sun didn't shine. I picked up my shovel and I walked to the mine. I loaded 16 tons of number 9 coal, and the straw balls say, well, bless my soul, you load 16 tons, and what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can go all my soul to the company store. I was born one morning, it was drizzling rain, fighting and trouble, I'm my middle name. I was raised down the canebrake by an old mama line can. No high-tone woman, baby, walk the line. You load 16 tons, and what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can go all my soul to the company store. If you see me coming, you better step aside. A lot of men didn't, and a lot of men died. With one fist of iron, the other of steel. If the right one don't get you, then the left one will. You load 16 tons, and what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can go all my soul to the company store. Yes. True story, working in the mines. Just kidding. All right, that's a good song from 1946. And actually, we have a little instrument change over here. We're going to do something that we thought would actually be kind of fun and also a good sing-along. And I know we have some singers. Well, some of them are right on stage with us earlier. And this is because of the communities in Uganda. And my mom's drum, the second drum, she's going to quickly tell you about here, is an African drum.
It is indeed, and it's from West Africa, and it's called a djembe. It's not a talking drum. It's used mostly in ceremonies and celebrations. Dje means to go or to gather. Mbe means peace. So we gather in peace.
All right. So we're going to start off by actually sort of using it as a talking drum in a way at the beginning here. So you'll see where to come in. Just keep an eye out. You know the part?
hush, my darling, don't fear, my darling, the lion sleeps tonight. Oh, he yum, mum, mum, a whim, a wah, a whim, a wah. Mum, mum, away. Everybody! A whim, a wah, 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 a whim, a whim, a wah, a whim, a wah, a whim, a whim, a wah, a whim. Hakuna Matata. Now, one switch back to those are the days. All right, we couldn't help ourselves. A little taste of where this concert is being filmed for. We're going to do one more piece, and then I think that there's a group number. Am I giving it all away? All right, this kind of to balance out the countries that we're going to. We're going to do a Russian song now. And actually, it's a Russian folk song. And pardon my speaking the Russian, but it's a romance song called Dorogoy Dinoyu. But it literally means by the long road. But it's a song that you will actually also recognize, I should think, from 1968. Produced by, this was a number 2 song in 1968. The number 1 song was produced by the same guy who sang the number 1 song called Hey Jude. And Paul McCartney produced this song, a number 2. Once upon a time, there was a tavern where we used to raise a glass or two. Remember how we laughed away the hours and dreamed of all the great things we would do. Those were the days, my friend, we thought they'd never end. We'd sing and dance forever and a day. We'd live the life we choose, we'd fight and never lose, for we were young and sure to have our way. La 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 la. Those were the days. Yes, those were the days. Then the busy years went rushing by us. We lost our starry notions on the way. If by chance I'd see you in the tavern that Delta Lion, we'd smile at one another and we'd say, those were the days, my friend, we thought they'd never end. We'd sing and dance forever and a day. We'd live the life we choose, we'd fight and never lose, for we were young and sure to have our way. Everybody, la 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 la. Those were the days. Oh yes, those were the days. Just tonight I stood before the tavern. Nothing seemed the way it used to be. In the glass I saw a strange reflection. Was that lonely fellow really me? Those were the days, my friend, we thought they'd never end. We'd sing and dance forever and a day. We'd live the life we choose, we'd fight and never lose, for we were young and sure to have our way. La 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 la. Those were the days. Oh yes, those were the days. Through the door there came familiar laughter. I saw your face and heard you call my name. Yeah, all my friends were older but no wiser. For in day. We'd live the life we choose. We'd fight and never lose. For we were young and should have our way. La 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 la. Those were the days. Oh yes, those were the days. Those were the days, my friend. We thought they'd never end. We'd sing and dance forever and a day. We'd live the life we choose. We'd fight and never lose. For we were young and should have our one more time. La 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 la. Those were the days. Oh yes, those were the days.
Thank you very much. I wanted to say thank you very much for Diane and Jerry for inviting me, and then I invited my partner to come along, so Valerie and Michelle. Thank you so much. I did put some little flyers in the room with the delicious jam. One of the other groups I'm in is called Flute-Terrific. It is just a quick promo. It's actually my flute group. I do composing and arranging and directing, and there's 9 of us. And our show tomorrow, it happens to be, is the first concert in the brand new North Delta Center for the Arts. If you know where the outdoor pool is, the fire station, the rec center, that's the art center where the old fire station used to be. And we did concerts there, and you were actually behind a pole. You know, in a proper theater, we're very excited. You'll see people playing piccolo flute, alto flute, and bass flute. I myself play all 4, but not at the same time. And we'll be doing a real mix of tunes as well, and that show's at 2 o'clock. It's called An Afternoon of Flute Music. Tickets are only $12. Kids 10 and under are free at the Art Center. Tickets at the door, and I have a poster and some flyers in the other room. So that's all I have to say, just because it's tomorrow and it's local. So just share that with you. Yeah. Yes, I think so. All right, thank you. So I'm not sure, Jerry, are you coming back to ring lead? Well, what about that last song? Changed your mind?
Yes.
Yeah, I think everybody comes back and does their last song. Yeah. Don't leave us hanging.
It's all in your books to find it, actually. 677. 677.
Bingo. All right. Yeah, let's get to whoever wants to play. I've just invited everybody.
So, this is the light of mine.
There's my church organ.
Jeff, you want to play piano, buddy?
Yes, Jeff. Come on, Jeff. Andrea. Where's your vocals? I'm losing my voice. Are you not singing this?
Yeah, sure.
Where's your mic?
Oh, we'll sing.
This one?
Okay, we'll sing.
Yeah, don't let me hang it here.
Light of mine, I'm gonna let you.
All right, it's something everybody can sing along to, but we got to get Jerry back. Come on.
Oh, that's good. That's great. Thanks, love.
There you go.
Yeah, thanks.
Doing tech work here. Oh yeah, good idea. All right, yes. Hymn
How
677.
do we intro this, Jeffrey? That's last system? This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Where I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine.
round of applause, everybody. Thank you, thank you. Now, just before I invite you all to refreshment, I really like to thank the sound and the video team. Without them, what would we be doing? It's a big round of applause. Thank you to you. You are welcome to go down the hall and enjoy refreshments. You can buy things like those delicious jars of jam, or you can also donate to the ND. Yeah, sorry. Hearts and Hands, right? That's a Harvest Hands. Oops. Terribly sorry about. I'm cheering so many. Anyways, you are welcome to donate to Harvest Hands. And also put something or donate to the ND family in the basket there. Thank you all for coming out tonight. You've been a great crowd, and look forward to getting to know some of you more. Have a good night. Oh wait, last reminder. This one of the reasons I'm here is YPOSBC, the organization that Grant and I are a part of, will be having concerts here on the 5th and 4th of December. Here at Trinity, and tickets are online. You can find us at our website at yposbc.org, and I believe the links have also been printed in the newsletter for the church this week. So without further ado, let's get to that jam and donations. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a wonderful night. Thank you.